What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman, the third of GBP Daily, and thank you for tuning in to the Rob Westerman Show. You can find me all over social media at GBP Daily, and if you are not already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate that. It is Tuesday, December 17th. Packers are coming off a decisive win over the Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. Some injury updates here, courtesy of Coach LaFleur himself, who had his presser earlier today. Quay Walker, who went down with an ankle injury on Sunday night, is considered to be week to week. And Javon Bullard, who missed last weekend's game due to an ankle injury he suffered during the Lions game, is quote, moving around better. So nothing crazy here since they haven't been on the practice field yet. So we won't know pretty much anything else other than that until Thursday, which is indeed the next time they hit the practice field. Jordan Love, who we saw gimping around a little bit during the game on Sunday night, is fine. Coach says he took a shot to the thigh, so nothing to worry about on that front. What's going on this week? Well, Jordan Love was signing autographs in the Lambeau Field atrium last night for the Salvation Army. A steal of an event if you were able to make it. I believe it was either a required $50 donation or a $100 donation in exchange for an autograph. But either way, compared to last Saturday's autograph signing he did in Waukesha for, I think, the going price for was right around $300 to get something signed, depending on the item. A pretty good price if you were able to make it last night to the Lambeau Field atrium. People were lining up as soon as the atrium opened to wait for Jordan, as they had a limit of 300 people for that. So if you got in line and you got a signature, hopefully that was fun for you guys. I wish I was able to make it. I was not, unfortunately. Edgerrin Cooper, he has been nominated for NFL Rookie of the Week after his dominant showing against the Seahawks. Well deserved after he finished the game with 7 total tackles, 2 tackles for losses, 2 pass breakups, 1 sack, and 1 interception, which ended up being the dagger in that one. He was also the highest graded NFL player this past week per PFF. So big-time game from Cooper last Sunday on Sunday night. Excited to have him back and healthy here as we approach the playoffs. And speaking of playoffs, the Packers need to win on Monday night against the Saints, and they are in. It's that simple. Win the game, and you have clinched a playoff berth. So, got to take care of business, and we will be playing some post-season football. Can never take these things for granted. There are teams with years and years of no playoffs and even longer with no playoff wins. So, for example, the Jets, they have not made the playoffs since 2010, which is insane. They haven't even sniffed, haven't had one playoff game since 2010. And last year, we all remember all too well, in what was supposed to be some sort of a rebuild year or a transition year, we made the playoffs. And not only did we make the playoffs, we won a playoff game, which the list even grows even bigger for those teams that have gone years and years without a playoff win. For example, my brother-in-law is a Dolphins fan. They have not won a playoff game in almost 20 years. So it's just insane. We go from Aaron Rodgers era for the last 15 years before last year, pretty much making the playoffs every single year, pretty much winning a game, at least one every single year. And then when he leaves, Jordan, first-year starter, he comes in, leads us to a playoff berth, and not only a playoff berth, but a playoff win over the Cowboys. So, yeah, we win next Monday night, and we are in for a second straight year. James, my brother-in-law, is a Bears fan. Sorry to hear that, James. Sorry to hear that. Without further ado, let's dive into the comment section here. The moment you've all been waiting for, of course, The Nicolet Law hotline is now live. The number is on the screen. You want to be a part of the show, you got a Packers question, you got a Packers comment, anything Packers related, give me a call, 319-242-2332. I'm taking your calls. Would love to hear from you. What do we got going on in the chat? Thank you, everybody, for hopping on and joining me on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Kevin, what's good, Rob? What's good, Kevin? How's your week going? Appreciate you hopping in here. Yosef, we need to see more of Edgerrin Cooper. Yosef, I get where you're coming from, and you're not alone for sure in that sentiment, but I think the Packers are doing the right thing here and sort of easing him in back in there. Missed the last few weeks with a hamstring injury. We all know that. He's also a rookie. And now that they've done that on Sunday night, sort of easing him back in there, I think we'll start to see more of him as we cap off the regular season for sure. Don't want to rush things. Main thing is coming back from the injury. Not so much worried about him being a rookie. I think it was just the hamstring injury that they're kind of monitoring and making sure that doesn't get re-aggravated. So hopefully next Monday night against the Saints, he'll be out there. He was out there for 30-some snaps on Sunday night, so it's not like he played, a super small amount. He was out there for a good majority of the game, but would like to see him on the field 100% of the time because he is just that good for sure, Yosef. So thank you again, Yosef, for hopping in the chat. Have yourself a great Tuesday, Marcus. I'm happy with the win, but the second half struggles from the offense is concerning. It definitely was frustrating to watch for sure, and I'll never complain about a win. And it's nice to hopefully get some of these things corrected after a win rather than a loss. But I agree. If we're playing a team that is somewhat decent on offense, I think they climb right back into that game because of how poor our offense was in the second half. So got to get that figured out as soon as possible. Thankfully, the Seahawks offense from the get-go, even before Geno went down, was not moving the ball. They weren't doing, a single thing. And then once Geno went down and we had the backup in, it was pretty much lights out from there. So appreciate you, Marcus. Got to get the second half offense woes figured out. Phil, even though they only beat the Bears last night, are we thinking the Vikings are for real or smoke and mirrors? Well, I didn't watch the entire game last night, but the first half I did watch. The Vikings weren't playing necessarily that good. I understand if Justin Jefferson doesn't drop that second potential touchdown, it probably would have looked a little different in the first half. But honestly, as long as Sam Darnold is back there, I just can't take them seriously. I know they're winning games. They're 12-2. That's your record is who your record is who you are, and they're 12-2. So yeah, they're a good football team for sure. Are they a Super Bowl contender? I don't think so. However, I would rather go play the Lions in the second round of the playoffs as opposed to the Vikings. I feel like we match up better with the Lions, and maybe that'll change, at least my opinion. Maybe my opinion will change once we play them next Sunday at noon. Maybe we'll beat the brakes off them, and I'll have a whole different outlook. But as of right now, I feel like we're a better matchup against the Lions. So, Phil, I don't think they're for real. I think they're a good team for sure. Do I think they're a Super Bowl contender? No. So, Phil, thanks for hopping in. You should be at work right now. You probably are working hard, aren't you? So, hope you're having a good day at work, Phil. Thank you again for hopping in the chat. I appreciate you. Glad I could find you today. Take care. You too, Phil. Have yourself a great rest of your Tuesday. Appreciate you, my man. Let's go ahead and get the fact of the day rolling, shall we? It is a good one.
It's time for your Green Bay Packers Fact of the Day. Brought to you by TickPick. TickPick guarantees to have the lowest prices on Packers tickets. If you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, TickPick will give you 110% of your money back. If you want $20 off your next ticket order, use code Packers20 at checkout. That's Packers20. This promo code can only be used in the app, so make sure to download the TickPick app today.
All right, your fact of the day, a good one. I told you, of all of the wide receivers taken in the 2022 NFL Draft, the top two in receiving touchdowns are Romeo Doubs with 15 and Christian Watson with 14. This is another Brian Gutekunst inspired fact, and man, did he hit on these two. Of all the wide receivers taken in the 2022 NFL Draft, the top two in receiving touchdowns are one, Romeo Doubs with 15, and then two right behind him is Christian Watson with 14. Big time hits there for Gutekunst. And man, Christian Watson's missed quite some time with injury. Not necessarily this year, but still ranked right up there at number 2. And then Romeo Doubs, kind of Mr. Consistency as of late at number 1 with 15. So shout out to Goody. Shout out to Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson balling out, especially as of late. And shout out to TickPick for partnering up with myself. I used TickPick for the Packers-Cardinals game back in October, and I just used them not too long ago for the Thanksgiving night game against the Dolphins. So download the TickPick app. They put their money where their mouth is. If you, they guarantee the cheapest tickets on the market, and if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere, they will give you 110% of your money back. Download the TickPick app. Use the code Packers20 for $20 off your order. What else we got going on here? Saki, why the white helmets? I hope they don't wear those anymore. What's the big deal? I don't know. Do you dislike the color? Some people aren't a fan, and I completely understand that. I've always been a, don't mess with the uniforms type deal. But when they bring these in for, kind of a one-off, and this year a two-off, they've worn them twice. I thought they were just going to wear them once. I actually like them. They're sweet. A little different. And, of course, I like anything with the G on it, And if it's got the G on it, I'm going to grab it, just like this bad boy here. But I do know people would love to have seen the yellow stripe be down the middle, and that would have looked sweet too. But, yeah, I like them. So, hey, but to each their own. I'm not attacking you by any means. What else we got? Lauren, Jordan Love playing like the second half of the season MVP we all know and love. Absolutely, Lauren. We saw it last year, and we're seeing it again now. I do think if he was healthy, he'd have been playing like this for the majority of this season because, yeah, his MCL and groin injuries were definitely holding him back, obviously. But he's good to go now, has been good to go since the bye week, and you can see it clear as day out there. Playing on time, hitting his targets, and most importantly, not turning the ball over. So pretty much dang near perfect play out of Jordan since the bye week. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me today as far as the show goes. But as you know, the content never stops. I'm always posting anything Packers related all day long. So be sure to follow me at GBP Daily. And if you are not already, it would mean a ton if you could subscribe to the YouTube channel at GBP Daily as well. I will be back and at it again tomorrow. So I look forward to seeing you then. And until then, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.